On to part 2 of phone sales. I need you guys to understand something. You are going to answer the phone with that energetic greeting like we talked about last time. What you're also going to need in your tool belt, you're going to need a go-to answer. Okay, I call it my money answer. It's the go-to that I'm going to stop, and when I need something to be said and I need to answer a question really quickly that I may not have the answer for right away, that I just need something to push back a guest. So a prospect calls in and I need to push you back a little bit. I need to push it back so that I can take one step back and go, hey, let me think for a second before an answer. Too often in sales, we try to wing everything and we go and try to go, boom, let me go with what's there. And what's there typically isn't always the best answer. It's the most frequently used answer. So I need that go-to answer, the go-to answer that's going to be there. Customer goes, ring, ring, boom, I'm going to answer the phone. Thanks for calling. This is Joe speaking, and I am happy to help you. Hi, Joe. I was online, and I saw that you have this, and I want to know if it's still available. Hi, Joe. We saw your video online, and we want to actually get you to train our dealership or our company. Is there availability coming soon? I don't know that answer right off the top of my head. I'm booked out several months. I need to get myself a second to pause and start to look for an answer. But I don't want to answer every question when I'm asked. Okay? So what is it I'm going to say? I'm going to come right back with my pleasure. I can help you with that. It'd be my pleasure. I can help you with that. What does that do? It acknowledges that they asked me a question. It acknowledges. It doesn't answer it. I'm not on there to say, let me answer every question you have so you can get off the phone and move on and call the next potential vendor or the next potential seller or the next person that you are considering to do this job. I need to be the one that says, let me pause, let me think of my answer, but I can't say, hold on while I think about an answer. So you need to have that go-to answer for everything that pops up. My pleasure, I can help you with that. So Joe, I want to know if you're available for September between this time and this time. My pleasure, I can help you with that. Again, my name is Joe, and who do I have the pleasure of speaking with? So now I'm going to bounce back into let me ask a question. Okay, so you need that go-to answer so that you yourself have time to think of the next question. But if you realize, right, if every time they ask you something, you go, my pleasure, I can help you with that. They're going to get to the point where they understand that you are going to attempt to take back control. And that's what I want. Whoever asks the questions is in control. Every talk show host you've ever seen, as soon as the guest gets too worked up giving an answer, what do? They ask the next question. They ask that next question, and now what happens? They are back in control, and I'm going to keep the pace. I'm going to keep the movement. I'm going to keep it all there. So you need to have that. You need to have something that you can say that acknowledges, not answers, acknowledges. Acknowledge that that's what they're asking you for. Okay? It could be 3, 4, 5 things that they ask you right away. You need to do that. Hey, my pleasure, I can help you with that. Now, where did you find me? Okay, that would be a great thing. So source them onto where they got your information to contact you. That's another thing. Remember, I like to think of it as tennis, right? They ask a question, I acknowledge, boom, hit the ball back over. They then ask me another question, boom, I hit the ball back over. And what happens when the ball stays on one side? That means you won. So I want to make sure that I just keep knocking it back over to their side with the next question, next question, next question, so that I have the opportunity to get them to where I need them to be, as opposed to me running and answering a bunch of questions. I do this for a living, which means I know what needs to be arranged. If somebody is reaching out to you to help them sell something, for example, in the real estate, or if it's in mortgage, they're shopping loans and they're doing this, they don't do it all the time. You do loans every single day. When it comes to selling cars, we sell cars every day. And the average consumer, how often are they going to be buying a house? How often are they going to be buying a car? Okay, all of these people have a buying gestation period and then a actual pull the trigger period. Once they do those two things, they don't do it again for a long time, where we do it every day. So we got to be the professionals. We got to understand that there's a certain amount of information that I need to get that I can actually put together. So I'm going to ask these certain questions. I'm going to need name, contact info, preferably an email address. I'm going to need to know what it is we're trying to look for, whether it's a stock number, whether it's a property address, whether it's a loan amount, things along those lines. I need to know all these things. So if I need to know it, I'm going to make sure that this is the information I'm asking back. Okay, but my first default, right off the bat, my pleasure, I can help you with that. Does that make sense to everybody? That's what I want you to do. Have your go-to. You can come up with something different if you want. I just know that my pleasure, I can help you with that, is a good feeling answer for them. And it's easy for me to remember, so it doesn't take up any brain space for me. Since it doesn't take up any brain space, that means I can say it while I'm thinking about the next thing that's there. All right, I hope it helps. I'll see you on part 3.